Recently, a Tesla engineer leaving Gigafactory, Texas, posted 9 photos on X, then deleted them just 41 minutes later. One image looked different from the rest, a fingertip-sized Starlink part labeled handset prototype. Right beside it, a November 2025 patent describing a smartphone with satellite connectivity and no recurring subscription fees. Both carried the Tesla logo. Both were stamped confidential. Put those pieces together, and one idea is hard to ignore. If this is real, Verizon, AT&T, and every traditional carrier could be facing their biggest threat in decades. To be clear, Tesla has not announced a phone. This could still change, but the pattern matters. The patents matter, the hardware labels matter, and Tesla's business habits matter because Tesla does not build products like everyone else. If Tesla applies the same playbook it already uses for vehicles, solar, and connectivity, we might be heading into a future where paying a phone bill feels as outdated as paying for dial-up internet. Why this matters for everyday people, not just tech fans. Smartphones have become a trap. They feel fragile, they cost too much, and they punish you for small mistakes. If you have ever dropped a phone, cracked a screen, or watched battery life collapse after 2 years, you already understand the problem. And this is where the Pi phone concept becomes interesting, not because of hype, because of what Tesla would logically try to solve. Goal 1. A phone that is harder to drop and harder to break. If Tesla builds a phone, it will almost certainly focus on usability over aesthetics. Think about who suffers the most from slippery glass phones. Older users, yes. People with arthritis or weaker grip, yes. Anyone with unsteady hands, yes. But also anyone carrying groceries, anyone walking outside in winter, and anyone using a phone one-handed. A Tesla-style approach would aim for 3 outcomes. First, a body that feels secure in your palm, not like a bar of soap. Second, durability that survives real life, not careful life. Third, a display that stays readable without strain. That means high contrast viewing options, larger text that scales cleanly, and an interface you can operate confidently without fighting it. And if Tesla adds smart sensing the way it does in vehicle controls, the phone could detect an unstable grip and respond with stronger feedback to help you correct before it falls. Not magic, not science fiction, just practical design built around human hands. Goal 2. Battery life that ends the upgrade cycle. Here is the truth most people feel but rarely say out loud. Phones do not become unusable because the camera is weak. Phones become unusable because the battery fails. That is what forces the upgrade cycle, not desire, pressure. If Tesla brings its battery philosophy into a phone, the focus will not be good enough for today. The focus will be still strong years from now. Based on Tesla's cell engineering, the realistic promise is simple. A phone that lasts far longer on a charge than today's thin flagships. A phone that keeps battery health for years, instead of collapsing after 2 or 3. And charging that feels fast enough to remove daily anxiety. Now imagine what that does to your routine. You stop carrying a charger everywhere. You stop watching your percentage every hour. You stop planning your life around outlets. For people who travel, drive long routes, or live outside perfect city coverage, that change is not small. It is freedom. If you would genuinely walk away from phone bills forever, type 8 years in the comments. Because the real disruption here is not the phone body. The disruption is the business model. Goal 3. Connectivity that bypasses carriers. So what happens to carriers if a phone just does not need them anymore? This is the core threat. If Tesla launches a phone, it will probably not be sold through carriers. Tesla sells direct. Tesla finances direct. Tesla controls the relationship. So the most realistic scenario looks like this. You order through Tesla.com. You pay a low upfront price, or you finance it at 0%, similar to Tesla's existing approach. And the device comes bundled with basic connectivity, in a way that already feels familiar to Tesla customers. If Tesla ties that to Starlink, the value becomes obvious. Communication that works in places where normal signal fails. Less dependence on towers. Less dependence on contracts. A new mindset. You are connected because you own the device, not because you rent access every month. Even if premium tiers exist for heavy users, the baseline could still be the first real step toward buy once, stay connected. That is why this concept scares carriers. It attacks the subscription. The camera story, where Tesla would refuse the usual trade-off. When Apple pushes thinness, something always pays the price. Often it is low light performance, often it is zoom, often it is speed. A Tesla-designed phone would likely aim for a different headline. No camera bump, no compromise, and no missed moments. The most believable advantage is not a giant list of specs. It is processing. Tesla already builds real-time vision systems that interpret the world fast. Motion, distance, lighting changes, that is what autopilot does all day. If Tesla adapts that intelligence into a phone camera, you get outcomes people actually care about. Sharper photos in bad light. Stabilization that helps unsteady hands from kids to grandparents. Fast capture that freezes the moment instead of missing it. And voice first controls that let you take a photo without fumbling through menus. Picture a grandfather at a graduation. He raises the phone and speaks one simple command. The camera stabilizes, locks focus, captures the shot, and he stays present in the moment. Or picture someone on a long road trip, documenting memories without constantly retaking blurry photos. That is what intelligence should mean, not gimmicks, results. The honest conclusion. Let us keep this grounded. Tesla has not confirmed a phone. This could remain a prototype. It could be delayed. It could be cancelled. But the evidence chain is real. Patents, component labeling, and a business model Tesla has already proven across multiple product lines. And if a 2026 launch happens, the shift will not be another phone. The shift will be ownership. A device that lasts, a device that is easier to hold, a device that can stay connected without forcing a lifelong contract. That is not a product update. That is a power transfer. Now choose one comment and only one. Type Tesla wins if you think this would make most phones feel obsolete. Type 8 years if you want to end phone bills and battery stress. Type Grok voice if you want voice control that actually feels natural. Subscribe with notifications on, because if Tesla goes official, the first wave will move fast. Next video, we are connecting the dots between this phone concept and Tesla's autonomous robotaxi network, because this is not about one device. This is about an ecosystem that could reshape how millions of people live, travel, and stay connected. I will see you there.